Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Eleanor here. In today's video we have a brand new build for you today. We are building out some resident homes. I am extending this little area in the corner of my island. It's a very small part, like more towards the beach area and to the right of the river walkway I built a while back actually. So this is just going to be a resident area. I think I'm going to put 3 homes in it for now, and I'll probably do more homes later on, see how far I want to extend it down. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. There was a lot, this took a while, I'm not going to lie. This took me probably, I think I have over 2 hours of footage. So it's more of a condensed version of that. I somehow managed to condense it down to 21 minutes, which is a feat in itself. If you are interested in seeing longer videos, please let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to, you know, possibly maybe do some streams in the future, or, you know, just put out an hour-long video of just music, because I don't know if I can talk for a full hour while building these, because a lot of it is just me standing there thinking about what I want to do, where I want to do things, and it's honestly just me doing things over and over again and then not stopping the recording to go get a snack or a drink of water. So that's also something that you probably don't want to see. But anyway, so we already had a resident home here before, and I decided to just build around it because I didn't want to waste, 1, bells moving the home, and 2, so much time to like move it, time travel, and then only to move it back in a different spot. So I just decided to build around it. I thought it'd be fine, and I really wanted to play with some different levels, so I wanted to make more of a tiered area in the back with 1 islander villager home, 1 to the left there as you kind of enter, and then 1 kind of in front, this tiered space here. And I think it worked out quite well. I was very happy with how it turned out. I think it matches my island really nicely. It's really starting to come together. On the same day I recorded this, I was very inspired and I recorded another video, so I will be posting that soon as well. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, my island's really coming together now. There's not that much more space really when I think about it. I have to do the museum and the yeah, it's just the museum, which is the only major building left besides my own islander home, but I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. So if you do have any ideas or suggestions, you know, please leave them in the comments below. Open to hearing them, because I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do with that home. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, at the museum as well, I don't really have a plan on what to do there, so that will also, I need to figure that out. But yeah, the island's coming together really nicely. I'm kind of already thinking about maybe what my next theme might be. Nothing planned yet, but I like playing around with different themes, so we'll see what happens next. This was my first really city, very more you know, put together, more city-esque island, but I would love to play around with more of like a full-on construction island with, like, you know, steamrollers, scaffolding, just like super city. This island feels more like a little village town rather than an actual like big city, so I think it'd be cool to play around with that. Or something I haven't done, which I also really love, is like a little fairy core island or something really cutesy. I did like a kind of jungle core island, and I really liked that. I thought that was so much fun. And so it's nice to play around with a lot of the more natural elements, but there's just such cool furniture, like these, like look at these medieval building sites. They're so cool. Like I could do a castle island. I think that would be amazing, like have a giant castle, or just a giant Disneyland. You could do that too. I think this would look really cool with that as well. But yeah, there's lots of ideas, too many ideas and not enough time to execute them really. I really need to play around more in Happy Home Paradise and just kind of experiment with different themes there. I mean, if you want to see a series of it, I'm happy to do it. I've already did like a little mini series. I think I only did like 4 videos, but it was like only using specific colors, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a lot of fun, and it was a bit of a challenge to try and figure out like, okay, how can I have all the same color but still make it all go together and look nice, and I think it worked out pretty well. I was pretty happy with that little mini series I did. But yeah, I'm open to lots of ideas. I'm still loving Animal Crossing. You know, I've been playing it for years, literal years. Not just this one, all the other iterations of Animal Crossing, from, you know, GameCube to, you know, the Switch. So there's always so much more creative things to do. So right here, I'm just kind of setting up this tiered level area. I moved Pearl up here. I can go in and change their homes. I haven't decided if I want to edit their exteriors and interiors yet, because these ones in particular are just villager homes and not used for a separate purpose, unlike the bookstore build I did very early on in this island. So I am contemplating just kind of leaving them. I think most of them kind of fit the theme, especially Pearls. It definitely fits the color scheme, so I might leave them for a little bit. There's a couple that I might change because they're very different to the other ones, but I think most of them I will like leave as is, unless, yeah, like I want to use them for a specific purpose. So now that I've placed the home up there, I'm just kind of going in and placing some random furniture. A lot of these I actually change a few times. Like this iron one I changed to a different bench, and then I changed the colours, and then I decided I want something behind it. So there's a lot of back and forth. So I try to make it as make the whole process of the video as easy to follow as possible, but I apologize in advance if some bits are a little bit choppy, and you know, some clips there's things missing and the next clips they're randomly there, so apologize. So next I wanted to tie in some fencing, and I've been really liking playing around with this really structured stone and iron fencing mixed in with hedges. I think they create a really nice contrast, and I just love how they look, especially when they're stacked or like next to each other. I think it creates a nice bit of interesting movement. But first of all, I got a path up here. So like I've done with the rest of my island, I use the in-game pathing underneath the custom pathing. I do this for a couple reasons. One is because I want them all to appear on the map, and custom pathing doesn't appear on the map. And two, I want it to make that noise when you're running along it. I want it to make that little, you know, cobblestoney noise. That's what I think really makes this island. I could have just gone with the custom pathing, but then again, it doesn't look that great on the map. Like, I love how all the pathing ties into each other on the map and makes it look so full. I noticed that with my Jungle Core island, because I didn't use a lot of in-game pathing other than like the dirt path, but for like the swamp area I didn't really put anything underneath there, so that whole area looked really blank, but it was filled with custom pathing. So it just adds another extra element, that another little detail that, you know, you might not really pick up at first. So I did my standard custom pathing that I have been using throughout this whole series. The creator code is in the description below, so if you want to check it out, highly recommend it. It's been probably my favorite custom path I've used to date. I absolutely love the colors, and I think it ties in amazingly with the rest of my island. Alright, now I am just stacking the fencing like I mentioned before, alternating between the stone and iron and the hedge. And yeah, like I said, I think it looks quite nice and adds a little bit of extra dimension and height rather than the straight across. I wanted to add some more height back here, so I'm adding in a couple trees, and then I put some fencing in front of it as well, just to kind of block it off. I didn't want to see too much of the grass behind it. I really wanted to keep it kind of more like separate, like how you would if you would normally have kind of a setup with a garden, especially a public garden. So I put the trees behind there, they will grow in as well, and then I'm just adding a couple street lamps in front of it, and then I'm continuing the fencing down below the incline. This one I'm stacking it, so I'm putting the hedges behind, and then I'm stacking with the iron and stone fencing in front. I've used this kind of method a few times on my island, and yeah, I just like how it looks, because, you know, the green kind of pokes through the iron in between there. Just adding some final, a few other elements up here, like the pile of leaves that adds nice movement when you run through it, the cypress plant, and some furniture. So I really wanted a nice little kind of outdoor alfresco area out here, and I wanted to add a bench as well. So just adding a few things, then I'm coming back below, and yeah, I wanted to add, again, just some more furniture, just kind of fill it up. I didn't end up going too crazy with a lot of furniture, but it feels quite nice. I could definitely add more, and I think I might in the future, but for now, like I said, this was over 2 hours of footage, so I think I got a little bit kind of burnt out towards the end. I was like, okay, I'm done, had enough. So yeah, just a couple other things, adding some evergreen ashes. There you go, you can see I am changing over to the garden benches. I think I liked how they looked a lot more. Just adding a little bit more of a natural element with the wood. So again, I'm changing the table and chairs up here as well, from the iron to the natural outdoor one. Yeah, I just think I preferred how this looked over the iron. I think there was just a bit too much black and iron going on. I actually do end up changing the light pole, the street lamp colours to the brown, because I actually changed all of them on my island except for the ones at resident services, because I was using a mix, and I think it was because I was just too lazy to go and actually get them custom changed. So I bit the bullet and actually went and did it, and I prefer the brown on this island a lot better. I think it matches it brings in a more of a natural kind of earthy tones. I don't know, it just feels more, I don't want to say Victorian, but it just feels that vibe, like a little bit better than the black. I think the black is really nice for a really established city island, like I was mentioning before, with construction and real clear roads and stuff like that. I think for this type of more of a city village island, the brown looks really nice. So yeah, I decided to do that. I'm adding in a couple plant partitions just to break up the spot. And yeah, this is when I decided nah, I'm changing them all, because when they were near each other, I just didn't like it. And I think the brown matches with the, the benches so much better, the pathing so much better. So I'm glad I made that change. Next thing I decided to do is I wanted to extend the path right across to the beach, and I end up putting a villager's home in front of there, like I mentioned in the beginning. I was debating how thick I wanted to go with this path, and I initially went with a 3 wide, but I actually went back and made it a little bit wider. I extended it right to those garden beds, plant partitions, things, whatever they're called. So I'm glad I did make it a little bit wider. It was a little bit annoying because I'd laid all the custom pathing, so I had to redo all that. But it is the way with Animal Crossing, so it always how it works out. So Shino's home I add here. Shino is probably one of the island homes that I might change, only because of how drastically different it looks. It's very more of a traditional Japanese style home, and if I was doing a real traditional and more of a Japanese themed island, I think it would go really well. But for this island I might change it. I don't want to move her out because I quite like her, and I think she adds a nice little bit of she's just cute, and I like how she fits in with the island. But yeah, I just might change the exterior. So here I decided I wanted to cover the cliff face a bit more, so I decided to go with these simple panels with this custom design over it. I like them. I don't know if I'm 100% yep, they fit quite well. So I think I'll have to play around maybe with some different designs, but I like how they look initially. I'm not too upset with it, and I like how it covers the cliff face, or at least partial of it, so not too mad there. Again, I extended the pathing right to the beach. I time skipped to the next day to move the house in and to fix up the pathing. Obviously that one on the beach will go eventually. It's not going to stay there because it's way too close, and I kind of want to play around with doing some stuff on the beach as well. So that will move. It's still there right now. I haven't moved it yet, but there's a whole bottom part of this island that I am yet to kind of play around with, so we'll see. I have my home, I have the campsite, and I have the museum left to do. I have an idea for the campsite, so it's not a mystery like my home and the museum is, but I don't have anything really planned yet. I have the whole, like, almost back half of my island completely blank. So there's lots of room to put stuff, and I think I have like, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 villager homes that I need to kind of squeeze in somewhere as well. Yeah, we'll see. It might be a bit of a struggle to fill up this island. Or actually no, it might be a bit of a struggle to have everything fit on this island because I don't know where it's gonna go. So I'm just putting that furniture back in place in front of the cliff faces. Yeah, I did quite like how this looks. Adds just a little bit of a different element, so I'm not too upset. I wanted to add this garden gnome because why not? And he is purple and yellow and it kind of matches the vibe of the house. And then I really wanted to play with these pergolas. I've used them previously, but I've never really used the dark color, and I think it matches the bench really well. And I really wanted to make like this really sweet walkway, just something that's just very pretty that, you know, I haven't really done too much of. So I thought that's a nice element to add to that bottom path. Adding a street lamp, adding this butterfly up here, again, just to add some more natural elements through these bug models. I think they look quite nice. And then I wanted to fence off this area. I think because I'm going to add in I might try to squeeze in 2 more villager homes in this bottom section, but I wanted to have it separate. I didn't want it to be too like joint up, if that makes any sense. I wanted to create that kind of like a separate village feel. I don't know. That's just what I decided to do, so I'm going with it. I do leave 2 spaces to walk down, so right in front of Shino's home is a gap, and then to the left of the pergolas, right as you enter this area, there's also another gap. So I do leave multiple kind of entrances into here, and obviously I don't cut off to the beach, so you could just walk around anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to create a little bit of separation between them, just to give that sense of like it's not too cluttered. So then I'm doing the double fence technique that I did previously with the hedges behind and the iron and stone fencing in front. Again, I just love how that looks with the green peeking through and just above. I think it looks really nice, especially with that backdrop, like the 2 pergolas in the background, the trees, the houses. I think it's all coming together really nicely. I'm honestly so happy with how this island is turning out. I think it's probably one of my favorites I've done, and I've spent a lot of time on this island. If you've seen how many videos I've made so far, you will understand. There's a lot of hours put into this island. But I don't know, it's worth it. It's fun when you get those little sparks of creativity and just kind of get on a roll with building stuff. So here I am just extending the path. I don't extend it that much further because I haven't figured out what I want that bottom layout to be yet. So I just connect it a little bit just so I can know in my head, yep, these are the 2 spots that I want to connect. And then from there I will figure out how I want them laid out below. I think I know I definitely want to try to fit 2 more homes, so we'll see how that works. And again, yeah, just extending the path from Shino's home a little bit further as well. I think this also makes her little space feel a bit bigger because hers is quite small, especially with those pergolas to the left. It like really yeah, you know, just really like kind of shrinks that area. So I'll include the beach and her little home as well, but I didn't want to cut it off too much, and I think having the fence right in front of it would really cut it off. So that's the start of my little resident, you know, villager area. again, like I said, I'm so happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cute. All the villagers hanging around the area. It's got nice levels to it with the second tier and the incline, and just having that little space to the left of the home where, you know, there's a couple seating areas and some trees. And yeah, again, like, I'm so happy with how this turned out. I am really looking forward to my next build. Hint, hint, I've already done it. I need to edit it, but it's this really cute farm. So stay tuned for that. And, you know, please subscribe and like if you liked this video. I really appreciate everyone who watches this. You know, it's a lot of fun to do, and this is definitely, you know, it's a hobby for me, and I really enjoy just playing this game so much. And I really enjoy everyone that loves watching and, you know, commenting. If you have any other ideas of what else I could do on this island, you know, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you all really enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.